What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of NAS100 analysis today, and we're going to pick up from where we left off, and that was Thursday's video in regards to what I was saying. So basically what I was saying in that video was that I'm only, even though price is pushing up, which is what we can see going on right now, okay, I was only looking for sell opportunities, and I was able to get one on the Friday, right? So on the Friday I managed to get a nice little sell opportunity, right? So I took it from over here, and basically I rolled it down to about, I'll say I got like 95% of the whole thing, 95% of the whole thing, because literally soon as market closed and gave this really small, so let me just zoom in right here, it gave me this really small falling star, if that's the correct name for it, right? Basically I just came in my trailing stop, I just stuck it in above here somewhere, just right above this level, right? It was roughly around that level. It could have been a little bit lower, but I'll just say just keep it conservative, and I'll say roughly around this level. And as soon as it shot up, it just took me out, and I was like, you know what, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. So literally I got it from around this level right here, right? I got it from around this level right here, right? Let me just make sure it's right. Yeah, Friday. Actually, no. It was. I got it way. It was a lot better. It was a lot better because I actually remember it was in the early, not in the early hours. It was around midday. It was around midday, heading towards midday. So it's one of these two that I took, right? So one of these two I took. Let me bring this. So it's one of these two that I took. Either this one or this one here that I took, right? SSL. And then I rolled it all the way down. Because I remember, right? The story about this one is quite funny, right? Because literally this wick started to push up, right? And I started to freak out. So I remember I actually lowered my stop and I brought my stop all the way down. So my stop was a little bit higher. It was quite high. It was about around this level, around here somewhere. So my stop was sitting about here somewhere, right? And then so I already joined it from these two levels over here. So I got this one, I was happy with that. I got this one here, I was happy with that. Then it shot up and I was like, what is going on here? So then I moved it all the way down, because I was like, look, if you're about to take me out, then I'd rather get out, because I don't know what this trend is going to do. I don't know if it's going to start pushing up or if it's going to fall down. So I stuck it there, but obviously it didn't hit. It went all the way down and I got out at this level over here. So in all, my Friday was a very, very good trading experience, right? And to move to the next note. So guys, I believe you're going to find the content that I'm going to be sharing with you today super useful. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like, okay? So whenever I drop a video, you'll be amongst one of the first to see it. And also, take a look in the description area as well. If you do not have a broker, take a look at that, okay? It has a promo code for you to use, and they will give you the VIP treatment if you go over there, right? Okay, so with all of that covered, we're now going to get into what I think is going to be taking place Monday. Let's say from Monday, right? And then we figure out what's going to happen as the week goes on, because I plan to release more videos throughout the week, right? So this was what I said in the last video on Thursday, okay? So in the last video that I did, which was on Thursday last week, okay, I said something like this: the price was gonna possibly come down, which it has done. It didn't come down to this zone, but it came to that zone, which is cool. And that zone, more or less, it wicked through these levels over here, okay, which is a reference of this zone over here. So this is already giving us the kind of vibe to let us know that there might be a very good chance that this whole thing is going to be breaking down and heading down south. Now the question is, when is it going to do it? Because that's what we want to know. When is it going to do it? And if you want the honest answer, it's I don't know. I genuinely do not know, okay? So what I think is going to happen is, later on this evening, when market opens, because today is Sunday evening, so when market opens, right, I'm expecting price, just based on where it is right now, okay, right, to do one of two things. And if it does it, right, then I'll know what is the highest probability of which outcome is going to come first, supposing to anything else, right? So this is what I'm expecting market to do, right? So I'm expecting market to push up, right? Now, how market pushes up, so we're just going to just do a little zigzag like this, right? Disregard these moves over here because I stuck them there for just to do a little extra bits and bobs later on as I do this analysis review. But we're just going to just get bypass this, and we're only going to focus on this right now. So all these out of the way, right? We're not paying attention to that, okay? So what I think is price is going to continue its way up. Okay, right? It continues way up. But where it stops to start to reverse is super important for us. Okay, so for example, if price levels off, price does not go past the high of the Friday, which was 13,433.40 around about. If it does not break that high of that day, okay, but either comes level to it or closes just below it, you should prepare yourself, or I will be preparing myself. What you do is what you do, innit? So I'm just like I say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. So what you do is what you do. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be preparing myself to be taking sales. Why? Because I would go off the vibe that this whole thing is about to break down. The drop that we have at this level, so the drop from over here down here went below these high points, okay, right? So that kind of gives me the vibe, not to say it's 100% going to happen, because when it comes to the markets, I don't deal with 100%, right? Apart from when it comes to me taking profits, right? but what was that? I actually lost my train of thought. Okay. So because it's closed below these levels over here, okay, right? I am going to go off the assumption that there's a very, very, very good chance that price will be breaking back down again once it's done its pull to the upside. And that could be a Monday vibe. So that could be Monday, it's just staggering all the way up. And then we get to Tuesday and then it starts breaking down, right? Or it could continue to still keep going all the way up, and then we get to Tuesday where there's going to be some kind of news, and then it may fly all the way down. Like that could actually happen. So what we kind of want to do is we want to keep an eye on the news, right? Now, not for the data. So me personally, if I'm going to be watching the news, I'm not watching the news for the data anymore. It's completely irrelevant to me because, like I say, it's like what the data comes out and says one thing, and then the market does something else, and it contradicts each other, and it makes no sense because we're talking about numbers, and numbers is always accurate, right? So I'm not saying anything other than I'm not going to be using the news as information to make decisions in the market. All I'm going to be doing with the news is once the news breaks, right, I want to see what it does. So if it flies up, but it's in line with overall market sentiment, then I'm going to be like, okay, cool. It's going to keep pushing up, so it's probably going to break this high point, and it's going to push up even higher, and we might have a visit up to this zone over here, right? Now, if it goes against that and it starts flying all the way down, I will wait for it to break something significant, right? So maybe it breaks one of these resistance levels. So this one over here, I mean, this one is the best one. The best resistance level for market to actually break next week is this one right here. This is the one that actually needs to be broken for us to be comfortable that there's going to be a significant push to the downside. This is the level that I'll be looking at. But however, if you got itchy fingers, you can take it anywhere from up here. I'm more or less very confident in terms of how I trade, so I won't be waiting for it to get to this zone over here. I will probably take it from up here somewhere once the conditions I'm looking for have been met. But if you're really new to this and you want absolute confirmation, then I would say look for this level over here, and the level that I'm talking about is 12,808.16. so that is this zone right here. Okay, that is this zone right here, or we could just say this zone over here, right? This is the last point. Okay, and this point it is 12,728.73. So you could wait for either this one or this one to break before you decide if you're going to be putting in sales to ride it downwards. Because like I say, this whole thing is still in a range, and from the looks of it up here, this could be some kind of a peak formation where market is basically tricking traders into believing that this is going to be going up forever when it has no plans in doing so, and is already started to give out the signals to say that it is going to be reversing. Okay, so this move over here, I believe it's a signal that I should pay attention to, right? That is going to be reversing, all right? Most importantly, the current position of where market actually is, right? That is the biggest one for me in terms of knowing what I should be doing and not doing in the market. And that is that it's already at a high point. And if you zoom in really close in on this area, okay, you can see it's starting to squeeze. It is really squeezing at the top. There's a lot of pressure building in this area. So it can go one or two ways. It can just fly all the way up, or we can fly all the way down. Okay, right? If it flies all the way up, then what I would do is I'm just going to sit it out. I will sit it out the market, because it flying up is a good thing. Obviously, there is profits that can be made with the market flying up. But because of how it currently looks to me right now, it's going to be more of a gamble than an actual tactical trade on my part. And I try to be tactical, because being tactical has won me more trades than going off, oh, it's going to keep going up. No, because when I'm tactical, it basically means I'm waiting for certain situations to happen. As soon as it happens, it gives me a 95% chance that it's definitely going to go my way. And if it doesn't go my way, I'm definitely walking away. I'm going to walk away from the market with something. I'm not walking away empty-handed. I'm walking away with something. I'm going to go to the party. I'm going to grab a drink, and I'm going to get the girl for the night, right? It's not you go in there, you grab a drink, and then you leave with nothing, and your mate's got everything. That's not how we're not doing that in the market. We're not doing that anymore. The newbie days are over. Okay, this is the days of the professional, the days of the seasoned professional trader. So as a professional trader, is how I like to see myself, right? You have to wait for tactical situations to appear where it's in line with what your outcome you want it to be. Okay, right? So in that case, what I will be doing is, if it flies up, I do nothing. If it starts flying down, I'll wait for a condition to be met that tells me it's going to keep flying down, and then I will join the market. Those conditions that I've talked about are the drawings that I've done over here. Okay, so it's this level over here. Okay, this would be a stop level. So if it flies past this level, obviously we're not doing anything. Let me just zoom in. Okay, if it flies past this, we're not doing anything, because that there more or less is the stop level. Okay, and yeah, and this whole thing, and one thing again that I want you guys to be super mindful of, this whole thing right here is a range. It's an unconventional range, but it is a range because it's all built up in one area. All the large bodies tend to sit in one zone that is between this level and this level. All the big body wicks are all between this level and this level, and just within the last couple of days, we've just had this push going up right now, which in my eyes looks like a peak formation. I may be right, I could be wrong, only time will tell. But if price pushes down and finds its way back into the range again, then I'm comfortable to say I know I can ride it down. Worst case scenario, I'll probably just get the range, right? Best case scenario, I ride it all the way down to 12,419.20. This is the number here that I'm referencing. This is the trend line that we're looking at. And as the extra bonus level, right, it flies all the way down here, which is 11,647.68, okay, right? And if it breaks this zone, it goes below this number right here, then my friends, so this number I'm talking about, then we can look at 10,778.02 that we know we are going to go below that number that I've just stated. This is this number over here. It breaks this, it's going to fly through this. It will fly through this zone, right? Hence why I've highlighted it in red, and will most likely park itself around 9,753.43. this number right here. So that will be my assumption. And this move that I'm talking about, the move from over here all the way down here, this is weeks, possibly a month's move. Weeks and possibly a month's move. And if we time it right, we can literally stack all the way down to this level right here. Okay, and once again, not a financial advisor. I am not giving you financial advice, and I'm not telling you this is how it's going to play out. I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm just guessing here. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm just guessing. Best possible guess I can say in regards to what the market is going to do and how it's going to do it. And why am I guessing? Because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm speculating, like most of us. No, everyone in the market is speculating. Nobody knows where it's going to go. We're all just guessing. We're all just like, yeah, it's going to go that way, or maybe it's going to go that way, maybe it's going to go that way. And we're taking the best possible guesses possible in regards to the direction market's going to move in. So hopefully we're going to get what we want, because I believe it's going to be flying down. It may fly down, it may not fly down, but I believe it will be flying down. So let's just see how it goes. And once again, do not take my word for it, okay? It's super important you learn to do the homework yourself. Check my work, make sure everything I'm saying makes absolute sense before you take your hard-earned money and take on positions just based on what pips and points told you. Because like I say, I do not have a crystal ball, and I do not know what the market is going to do or how it's going to do it. These are just the best possible guesses that I can come up with in regards to what it's going to do. And because the answers, I'm deriving it from myself, I'm comfortable placing positions based on what I'm saying. Now, I don't want you to do that. I want you to take this information, apply it to your own homework, take it to your guru, take it to your mentor, have them look at it. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? Is there a counterclaim? Etc., etc. They will tell you it all, and if it all makes sense, only then do you do something in regards to taking positions. But don't take positions based on what I'm telling you on this channel, even if most of what I say happens to come true, right? Because I'm not a financial advisor. Like, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm only sharing my sketchbook, my scrapbook, my notes book, my diary, as to how I like to do business in the markets. So, with all of that covered, my awesome human beings from all around the world, I want to thank you for coming over to watch another episode of NAS100 analysis today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like on your way out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. So for now, this is Pips and Points signing out.